Tomorrow morning, a team of archaeologists climbs a mound in northern Israel that was once the largest, richest city in the entire land of Canaan. They'll dig in the same soil where a palace burned to ash 3,000 years ago, and where it happened again 7 centuries later. The mound is called Tel Hazor, the Bible names it directly, and says something about it that it says about no other conquered city. Everyone else was captured. Hazor was burned, one line, one city, singled out by name. For 70 years, archaeologists have tried to confirm whether a fire that specific actually happened here, and whether it happened again, the way a second biblical book claims this July, on the exact week I'm releasing this investigation. The dig resumes. What they're finding is starting to line up in a way that's hard to dismiss as coincidence. Before the Bible ever mentions it, Hazor was already famous Egyptian execration text from the 19th century BC curse its rulers by name, a practice reserved for cities powerful enough to threaten Egypt's interest. Diplomatic letters found 400 miles away at Mari on the Euphrates mention Hazor's king trading tin with Babylon. No other city in Canaan shows up in that kind of company by the late Bronze Age. Hazor covered roughly 200 acres, 10 times the size of Jerusalem at the time. Its lower city alone could have held 40,000 people. Excavators have found a royal palace with basalt-paved floors, a temple with cultic standing stones taller than a grown man, and cuneiform tablets. Proof this was a literate, administrative capital, not a village behind walls. This is the city the book of Joshua calls, without exaggeration, the head of all those kingdoms. When a coalition of enemies assembled to stop the Israelite advance, Hazor's king didn't just join the fight, he led it. According to the book of Joshua, King Jabin of Hazor summoned an alliance of northern kings and met Israel at the waters of Merom. The battle went against him. Joshua's forces routed the coalition. And then Joshua did something the text is careful to point out he did. Nowhere else. Chapter 11, verse 13. Israel did not burn a single one of the other conquered cities standing on their mounds, except Hazor. Joshua burned Hazor, and Hazor alone, in 1955. The archaeologist Igor, the same man who had commanded Israeli forces a few years earlier, began digging exactly there. What his team found in the late Bronze layer was a destruction so severe it was visible from the surface. Collapsed mud brick walls a meter thick, a palace floor buried under ash, and storage jars still sealed, never recovered by anyone who might have come back for them. Not every scholar agrees this fire belongs to Joshua specifically. The dating window leaves room for debate, and I'll be honest with you about that later in this video. But the fire itself is not in question. Something burned this city to the ground, hard enough that no one rebuilt it for centuries. For roughly 200 years, Hazor sat empty, no palace, no temple, no administration. Just squatters camping in the ruins of what had been a capital. Archaeologists call this the Iron Age I settlement. And at Hazor, it looks almost nothing like a city's small hut storage. Pits, no monumental architecture at all. Then, in the 10th century, BC, everything changes. In the same layer, ashlar stone reappears. Fortification walls reappear. And a gate design shows up that archaeologists would later find in exactly 2 other places in the entire country. The Book of Kings tells you why. 1 Kings chapter 9, verse 15 lists the building projects of a king who used forced labor to fortify 3 cities: the Wall of Jerusalem, and Hazor, Megiddo, and Gaza. Hazor is not a footnote in that verse. It's one of the 4 named. When Yadin's team reached the Iron Age stratum at Hazor, they uncovered a 6-chambered gate, 3 matching guard rooms on each side of the entrance, built from precisely cut ashlar blocks. Then, archaeologists working independently at Megiddo found the same design. Then Gaza, 3 cities, 1 gate blueprint, the exact 3 cities' first kings' names in the same verse. For decades, this was treated as one of the cleanest matches between text and spade in the region. Proof, many argued, of a real centralized building program. Under Solomon in the 10th century BC, it hasn't gone unchallenged. A rival dating school, associated with archaeologist Israel Finkelstein, argues the pottery in these layers points to the 9th century. Instead, a full Solomon generation later, under the northern kings who followed him, the gates might be real. The king who ordered them might not be who tradition says. I find the earlier date more persuasive, for reasons I'll get to. But you should know both readings exist before I tell you why. Whichever king built it, Hazor's fortified age didn't last. By the 8th century BC, a new empire was consuming everything between the Tigris and the Mediterranean. One campaign at a time. Assyria, its king, Tiglath-pileser III, didn't just want tribute. He wanted the map redrawn. His own scribes carved the results into palace walls at Nimrud. Annals boasting of conquered territory, deported populations, provinces absorbed directly into the Assyrian crown. The Hebrew record and the Assyrian record agree on the outcome, which is rare enough in ancient history to notice. 2 Kings, chapter 15, verse 29, names the exact cities Tiglath-pileser took: Ijon, Abel, Beth Makkah, Genoa, Kadesh, and Hazor too. Completely independent scribbled traditions, one Israelite, one Assyrian, writing for entirely different audiences, describing the same campaign against the same city. In the upper city at Hazor, excavators found a destruction dated to exactly this period, 732 BC, and it tells a more violent story than the late Bronze Fire 7 centuries earlier. Public buildings collapsed in place, storage jars were crushed under fallen roofing. Their contents never salvaged bronze and iron. Arrowheads of Assyrian type were recovered directly in the rubble, not lost in battle somewhere else and carried in, but embedded in the destruction itself after this layer. Occupation at Hazor essentially stops being a city. A small Assyrian garrison post appears on part of the mound afterward. Administrators, not citizens. The population that had lived there was gone. Assyrian policy under tiglath-pileser was deportation as a management strategy. Break up local identity by scattering people across the empire and resettling the land with outsiders. 2 Kings describes exactly this happening to the north of Israel. The ash at Hazor is what that policy looks like in the ground, 3,000 years later, still there to be excavated. This is where the story stops being only history. The Hazor excavation didn't end with Yadin in the 1960s. It's still active, now directed by Dr. Igor Kreimerman of the Hebrew University's Institute of Archaeology, under the same project name. Yadin's team started the Cells Foundation Hazor excavations this year. Marks the 34th season. Field work runs from July 12th to August 21st. This week, as I'm releasing this video, every season adds detail to the same 2 layers. This investigation has been following the late Bronze destruction Joshua's text claims credit for, and the Iron Age palace and gate complex tied to Solomon, and the kings who came after him, ending in the Assyrian Ash of 732 BC. Recent seasons have continued exposing sections of the royal quarter and the fortification systems in both periods. The ongoing, unglamorous work of confirming, layer by layer, exactly what earlier excavators found. I want to be direct about something here, because it's the whole reason I made this video. Most people assume archaeology either proves the Bible or debunks it cleanly, once and for all. Hazor doesn't work that way. It's messier, slower, and far more interesting than either headline. And I think that's exactly why it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Here's the pattern, laid end to end, a Bronze Age city so powerful that Egypt cursed its kings by name, a single line in Joshua claiming it alone. Among every conquered city was burned, and a burn layer at exactly that depth. Exactly that severe a gate design shared by only 3 cities on earth, matching the only 3 cities of biblical verse. Names together. A second destruction, this time confirmed by 2 independent empires' own records, agreeing on the year, the king, and the outcome. None of this, on its own, proves every claim the Bible makes about Hazor beyond dispute. Dating debates are real, and I've tried to be honest with you about where they sit. But taken together, the pattern is not nothing. 3 separate moments across 1,000 years of Hazor's history, and 3 separate times the ground and the text land in roughly the same place. That's not what you'd expect from stories invented centuries after the fact, by people with no access to the ruins underneath them. Tomorrow, a new team walks up that mound and keeps digging. Whatever they find this season won't rewrite everything we've covered here, but it will add one more layer to a site that has already outlasted every empire that tried to erase it. That's the pattern worth watching. More than any single headline, the dirt keeps talking. Decades after the people who buried it are gone. If you want to know what they find at Hazor this season, or the next site the Bible names before archaeology catches up to it, subscribing is genuinely the only way you'll see it here first. I post one investigation like this every week, and I'd rather have you along for the next one than hope you stumble back onto this channel by accident. Hit subscribe now, while it's on your mind. This is Shrouded Scrolls the Ground. Remembers more than we do.